Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. Today, we are starting things off in the Hermit Thrills area and I have my render distance on really far. Seriously, I don't usually have my render distance on that far. Like, we can see XB Crafted's base, which is inside Hermit Hills. That's how far my render distance is on right now. And this place looks absolutely amazing. But we aren't going to be sticking around here today because we are not going to be doing any work in Hermit Thrills for the foreseeable future. I think I've done enough work in Hermit Thrills over the past couple episodes to merit a little bit of break from there, because we're going to be heading back over to the base once again. As you guys know, I have started work on a new base area. Now it's scary, it is scary. I don't like working on new base areas simply because I did not know that could happen. Whoa! Have you guys ever seen that before? A zombie pigman riding a chicken? That is completely new to me. I feel like I should rename... Oh, well, I'm going to have to love him and leave him. Sorry, I've never seen that before anyway. Oh, wow, that's completely blown my mind. Anyway, yeah, as you guys know, I have started work on a new base area, and it's very nerve-wracking. I find that sort of stuff nerve-wracking because I don't like messing with the exterior of my base. I feel like I've done a decent job on the outside, and if I start adding extra bits, I'm probably going to mess the whole place up. But I've decided to bite the bullet, and we have started work on it. It's like a viewing platform area so that we can see out across my entire base. And I think it should be fairly cool, and we're going to be decorating that today, so the pressure really is on. I really need to get this right. So here it is. This is the spots that we cleared out in the previous episode of Hermit. For once, I've actually got ender pearls, so we can ender pearl right the way up there. This is why I don't carry ender pearls. I'm just really rubbish at them. But this is the area. So this is the space that we've got to work with, and as you can see, the views that we get of the base are absolutely awesome. Okay, we get a really nice view. We get the back side of the gigantic elevator, which looks pretty cool, and also we can just see out into the mountainside, and it's a perspective that I don't get particularly often. Like, I really don't get this perspective in my base. We don't see all of the gizzards and things behind all of our sorters, which is something that I really quite like, and that's why I decided to build this place. So the plan for today's episode is, of course, to decorate it, and the plan as far as decorating is concerned is a little bit boring. Going to be sticking with the same theme. So we're going to gather up some iron blocks. We are going to gather up some diorite, I do believe it's called, the white speckly one, and also some stone slabs, maybe some light blue stained glass for the windows, and potentially some birch wood as well. So that is the plan at the minute. I'm going to head over to my sorting system and pick up all of those bits. So naturally, the first thing that I've got to do in today's episode is, of course, pick up some more iron, because as always, I have completely run out of the stuff. I'm completely fresh out of iron, got no iron blocks left, and as always, I feel the need to mention, about once a month, this is where we get the iron from. This is the iron farm. It's completely ridiculous. It's called the Iron Titan. Search it up on YouTube, watch the tutorial by Tango Tech, build it for yourselves, then you will realise why I use so many iron blocks, because it's just bonkers, right? It is absolutely bonkers. How many iron blocks would I have to use each day for me to actually run out? Could someone answer me that down in the comment section? That would be greatly helpful. But anyway, back over to the base. Let's do some building. So now that I've got enough iron to create a warship, I've also got a ton of sea lanterns, bunch of stone slabs, and also a handful of diorite. I think we're good to go with this build. And one thing that I've just realised, literally just looking at this inventory right here, is if you could summarise my base in one inventory, this would probably be it. You just have to add a little bit of sandstone and a little bit of compressed ice. But I'd even say the ratios are about right. We've got about this much diorite. We've got all of this iron, about this many stone slabs, and then a few sea lanterns thrown in for good measure. I think that's about right. But anyway, it's now time to start building this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a tiny bit different today, because generally speaking, I would do a third-person time-lapse and I put music over it. That's okay. Or I would do progress updates where I just talk you through the build, which is also okay. Today I thought I'd combine them both, and we are going to do a time-lapse chat. It's been a very long time since I've done one of these, but you guys seem to really like them, so I thought I would crack on and do one today, and I hope that you enjoy it. So let's crack on, and I'll start talking. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, you guys will have seen a few pictures coming up. A few pictures and a few little tweets coming up about some very exciting developments indeed. And you guys have been getting excited about them. I have, of course, been getting extremely excited about them. And that is the fact that I am now out looking at houses. So I'm out and about. I am looking for houses. I'm looking for places to live, as you guys know. I'm only 20 years old, and I still live at home with my mum, which is fine. It's lovely. It really is good living at home. I mean, I love it. I get my food cooked for me still. My clothes still get washed for me, which is absolutely lovely. And it's fantastic. But The thing is that, of course, as I've said many times, I only record these videos when my mum is out, simply because I find that makes things easier. Alright, I live in a relatively small house. If I record videos with my mum in, I'm like, look, can you keep it down? You can't sort of walk around and talk and things like that because it'll be picked up. And that's just, it's a bit of a pain. So I've been looking into solutions for this. Now, my original idea was the home studio, the shed out in the garden. Unfortunately, the council said that I couldn't do that. Or at least, they said that I could do it, but I'd have to get permission from all of my neighbours, and then it would go through like a verification process, and it would take many months. And I just thought to myself, yeah, I don't really fancy doing that. And also, of course, I thought about moving out. But the issue is that around me, houses are ridiculously expensive to buy and to rent. It's because of the location that I live in. I live in what's known as the commuter belt, where you don't have to live in London. So I don't live in London, but I do live nearby London. And I live in like quite a pretty area. There's lots of greenery and loads of forests and things like that. And people really like that. And the people who work in London don't really like grimy London. They would much rather work like out in London, but they'd live outside of London, basically. So it's known as the commuter belt, and that just puts house prices right the way through the roof. So basically, it's been a bit of a difficult decision, and it's been over the past year. I've sort of been thinking, oh, should I move out? Should I not move out? Should I put that money away for renting? Because of course, renting is just dead money. The money just completely goes. And I've sort of hummed and hawed about it. And finally, I've come to the conclusion that yes, I am actually going to move out, and I am actually going to rent a house. And I've been looking at them over the past couple of days, and I saw one the other day that was just incredible. It was so beautiful. It was so well done. It really, really was very lovely. And I tweeted it out. I posted pictures on Instagram. Everyone was like, dude, this place is amazing. It looks incredible. It's absolutely perfect. And hopefully, what I'm doing right now is I'm basically refreshing my inbox. I'm refreshing my email inbox because I'm going to hear back from the landlord about a couple of things. Of course, the first thing is that it didn't have any curtains, and I was like, that's not on. Okay, it needs some curtains. Of course, I could put curtains up, but this was like a really well done place, and I didn't want to put up some cheap rubbish curtains that I basically spent money on that were then going to get removed, so I'd much rather the landlord did that, of course. And then the other thing is, of course, because in theory I'm going off to Nottingham University in September, because of that, I'm not going to be staying in the house for particularly very long. It's only about 7 or 8 months, and that could be a potential sticking point. So yeah, it's basically, I don't really know at the minute. I don't know if I'm going to be getting that house, but if I do, I will be over the moon and I will be overjoyed. And that's essentially the exciting development. The fact that I could be getting a new Mumbo headquarters, and I could be getting a new place to create videos and just a new place to chill out, because this place is looking amazing. So yeah, that's basically it. There's not much else to say other than I am super excited for this one, and I think it should be a lot of fun. Right. Well, that was a really good time-lapse chat. I really enjoyed talking to you guys about that, because it's very rare that I get the opportunity to chat to you about what's going on in my life, simply because of the way that I like to do my videos. I like to focus on Minecraft, and then of course my Redstone tutorials and things. Yeah, there's definitely no chatting going on there. So that was good, but as far as the actual build is concerned, I just don't even know. I don't even know. Right, let's aim for this. That was epic. I don't usually do that. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It does. Oh. I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say. It doesn't look too bad. It's okay-ish. I don't know if this is just me not being used... In fact, that looks really cool right now. I don't know if this is me just not being used to having extra things added into the base, like things in the background. It does look good there, though. It does. Yeah. Okay. I'm itching my head here. I'm scratching my head. If you're wondering if you can hear that through the microphone. Don't know how sensitive my microphone is. But yeah, I'm really lost right now. I feel like this is okay. And I feel like I should just keep building. Of course, we've got to add all the glass in, which will be a pretty good place to start. I don't know whether to go white stained glass, light blue stained glass, or whether to go for just completely clear glass. That's another decision that I've got to make. Oh, this be tough. This be tough. I'm going to go away for a little while. I'm probably going to go away for about an hour, and I'm going to come back, and I'll see if I still like this when I return. So I headed off for around about an hour there, and I've come back to my ProleteR, and I have decided that I actually quite like this thing. I don't mind this build. I think it looks pretty good, so we're going to be sticking with it. And there's a few things that definitely need to be done. The first thing that needs to be done, of course, is the roof. So I've decided to go for birchwood planks. I just did a bunch of birchwood mining off in the birchwood area all the way over there, which is pretty cool. And now I've got a ton of slabs, and we're basically just going to do the entire roof in this, which should hopefully look okay. It will look fine. I mean, we'll add some detail in a little bit, but for the minute, it's just going to be the slightly vomit-coloured wood, which I personally quite like, and I hope you guys like it as well. So I'm going to chuck this in, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, so a bit of a progress update for you guys. First off, the roof is now all in. We have got an entirely birch upstairs area, and I mean, it looks okay. It's a little bit on the boring side, isn't it? But it's alright. It's good enough for me for the minute. Anyway, we're going to do some decorating things. We will add some extra bits and pieces in here, but it does the job for now. And then also, as you can see, I have started adding in all of the glass. Now, you may notice that for the first time, I think ever, I actually don't remember using glass panes at all on the Hermitcraft world. I'm using glass panes. Now, this is because people down in the comment section always tell me, they're like, Mumbo, you should use glass panes. They're so much better. They add depth to your builds and things like that. I've never been particularly sold on them. I don't know why. Ever since they were introduced into the game, I was like, that's cool and all. But I was never too bothered. But I thought I would listen to you guys for this build, and I would actually try my best to use them. And you know what? I think it's probably going to look quite cool. It will look good. It will add a bit of depth and things. I'm actually looking at it on my time-lapse account. My second account is actually over there right now, looking straight at me, and I can already tell that this is looking okay. It is actually looking pretty decent, so I think you guys are right, and I think you're right. I need to use glass panes a little bit more often, even if they are a tiny bit on the frustrating side to place down. But anyway, I am going to continue building this one, and then I'll give you a progress update in the next couple seconds. Okay, so let's see what the first impressions are. So I've placed in a few of the glass panes and things. Obviously, it's not completed. I ran out of glass, so we're going to have to head off to the desert to gather up some more. But that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I am so glad that this is sort of paying off. It looks okay, and it looks good in the dark. Thank you ever so much, False Symmetry, for sleeping there. That is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. And now that we've got the roof in, it's looking pretty cool. Obviously, when we add in the walls, it's going to look good. It is actually going to look good. I was so worried today that I was going to mess everything up, but currently, I think everything is going to plan. This is excellent. All right. Well, I am now going to have to gather up a little bit more sand and also do a bunch of smelting because, of course, we've got a ton of smelting to do to gather up all that glass. But this is the home straight. It's all coming together now. We just have to place in the blocks. So I headed off to the desert. I picked up a bunch of sand. I smelted it all up. And now we are back up at the place, and as you can see, that looks fancy. Does that not look extraordinarily fancy? I mean, really, this looks like a high-class hotel that we are staying in right here. That's really cool. I'm so chuffed. I don't know what it looks like from the outside. We'll quickly take a look at that one, I suppose. Obviously, the night is probably helping this, to be fair, because it's really highlighting the different whites of all the glass and things. Look at me sounding all technical right there, but it's true. But let's take a look at what it looks like from maybe just about inside the base. I know what I've just done there, though. Yeah, that looks pretty cool from this very, very strange vantage point that I've just created here. Let's take a look at it from, like, maybe just outside the base and see how it looks with all of the glass there. I really want this to be right. I really want this to be right because, of course, this is quite an important part. It's quite a visual thing, but that does look good. That does look good. I've actually managed to make this work. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That is epic. Okay, excellent news. That's fantastic. Right, all we have to do now is we've got to do the walls. We've got to do the walls of the build. And that will be it. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so chuffed with that one. Come on, please. Please, no, there's nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing. Yes, 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 that is the best thing I've seen all day. That was a very strange reaction, but boy, oh boy, am I happy to see that. Because I so could not be bothered to travel all the way to the compressed ice crazy biome. Oh, that is excellent. Oh, that's so good. Let's just check for any other bits and pieces. Any nice surprises? Nope. Cool. Excellent news. Right. Back to the base. Now, I'm fairly certain about 99% of you can guess what design I'm going to be going for here. But this has basically been the universal design for my base just because I really like the combo. Seriously, nothing fires my buttons quite as much as this combo right now in Minecraft. And that is quite simply that little fella, and then that little fella. there we go. That's basically how it's going to go round like this, and I think that will really finish up the room and just make the whole thing look glorious. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say on the matter, and I think it's going to look great. So I'll chuck in all of the slabs and things, and basically start off by clearing out this really large space here, ready to make way for my nice stone slab, compressed ice, and iron combo. Okay, we are pretty much almost completed on this little section right here. I've done one side of it, and straight away, it does look pretty good. It does actually look pretty good, as you can see, but it does look very dark. So I'm thinking, in terms of lighting, either I could do it... Yeah, I'm thinking maybe replace some of the compressed ice here. I've got some sea lanterns on me. I don't have a silk touch pickaxe, so I have to be really careful, because I've also got a very limited number of these packed ice bits. But maybe we could work out where they would go. So maybe 4 blocks from the wall there, and I'll place down like a little marker, and 4 blocks from the wall on this side. There we go. And then that puts it 6 blocks between, which means if we place one there... This is me doing maths in my head, and it's just not going to work. And then one there, and then we have 3. And then we'd have 3. So maybe 2 in the middle, like that. That matches up. I would say that will look okay. So one there. That looks really... Wow! That looks amazing! I mean, I don't know what I'm going to use that for. That's like nightclub underlighting type thing. That's so cool. I've never done that. This looks awesome. I'm going to have to find a use for that, because I know I've seen people do that before, but I never realised how they did it. So there we go. But anyway, now let there be lights, and let's do the same thing on the top as well. So sea lanterns up at the top there. I mean, on the one hand, it does look okay. On the other hand, I'm a bit upset about the fact that I've broken up this, but you know, it looks okay. So there we go. That is this little room all completed, and now we have to do that side of the room. Good stuff. Okay, so I've cleared out the entire wall, and now we are just chucking in all of the iron blocks. And I quickly want to talk to you guys about something, because today has been odd. Today has been so very odd. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what's happened, because on the face of it, okay, I'll be honest with you guys, on the face of it, today's episode of Hermitcraft, it doesn't look like I've done that much, right? All I've done really is I've filled in this area. I've done what you see in front of you. There's no complicated redstone going on. There's nothing like that. It's just been like a place blocks in and basically get everything constructed, which is cool. Okay, I like those episodes. It's been really good fun. I've really enjoyed today's episode. But on the face of it, it doesn't look like I've done any wild big projects or anything like that. But my time seems to have just gone. I don't know what's happened to today. I woke up. Standard, woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, sat down on my computer chair around about 8. I started doing videos and things, started doing YouTube bits and pieces at around about 9. And then suddenly, I look at the clock right now, and it seems to be 5:30. I don't know what's happened. I honestly don't know what's happened. This is so very bizarre. But I don't know, I might just be having... Do you guys ever have just like really inefficient days? Maybe that's what's happening. As in, just everything I do just takes ages because I'm inefficient. I don't know. I don't know what's happened. But anyway, as you can see, this wall is now in, and we'll do the county thing again. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll count in from this side. So there's 1, 2, 3. So that lines up with that. And then that gives us maybe these 2 blocks in the middle, does it? Is that going to look any good? I also find it quite funny that I've actually managed to make these exactly the same size without planning that out. That's fantastic, by the way. I don't know if that's going to look any good because of the situation that we have with our tunnel being there. Let's take a look. Let's see. It might look just a tiny bit imbalanced, maybe. It does a little bit, but I'd say that's okay. Now, you may notice that previous clip ended just a tiny bit abruptly, and that is because something very exciting has just happened. I don't really believe it. Oh, my word. Okay. I got the house! I got the house. This is the best thing ever. I just got an email. I saw it pop up on my screen because I've got it open on one of my other screens. And I was like, I know that email. I know that email address. And yes. Oh, I'm so chuffed. The only thing was, of course, because I'm quite young, the landlord was like, you're not going to have any wild parties, are you? Or anything like that. Of course, I said no and things. And, oh, it's the best thing ever. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm so happy right now. I am through the roof happy. I'm sorry, but I'm now going to have to head off. And I actually have to go and... I have to go and sort everything out. It's not going to be for any time soon. It's probably going to be on the 27th of December, I do believe. That's when I'll be moving in. In 13 days, it's less than 2 weeks. Oh I don't know what to say, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I have got a ton of admin bits and pieces to do now because, of course, you know, moving into a place, there's just loads of admin and various different bits and pieces, reversions, different like admin fees and things like that. But this is epic. This is so very good, and it's just, yeah, it's fantastic. This is so cool. I've got a beaming smile on my face. Now, one thing that I want to mention before I end today's episode, actually, is if you want to be looking really good this Christmas, and also if you fancy supporting the channel just a little bit, then Mumbo Jumbo merch is still available. You can find a link to that one down in the description. But unfortunately, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.